up, y'all? I'm Sha-Deana Z. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. As you read by the title, today I will be telling you guys the pros and cons of instant locks and if they're worth it. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so you never miss another video. Also follow me on all social media platforms. They are linked right here and down in the description box below. And with that being said, let's hop right into this video. All right, you guys, so the main question is, are instant locks really worth it? Are they worth the price? Are they worth the time? Are they worth it? And I'm here to tell you my personal opinion. But first, a lot of you want to know what instant locks are. So instant locks are loose natural hair that is crocheted from root to tip using a small crochet hook to tangle the hair and form a unified lock. With that being said, if you are interested to see how instant locks are made, check out a previous video of me getting my instant locks done. All right, you guys, so I guess we will start with the cons first. So the first con of having instant locks is stiffness. So I mentioned this in previous videos. So yes, stiffness is completely normal when you first get your instant locks done. Your locks will be stiff, like they're not gonna move, okay? So what you have to do is, I recommend spraying them with some rose water just to moisturize them, or like when you wash them or wet them or anything, they loosen up, they get soft, and they start to move. Stiffness, it is a con, and it can be a problem for some people when they first get it done, and I guess it can scare some people into thinking instant locks are stiff, like period, but that's not the case, because in my lock cam, you can see stiff wear. Because that stiffness, it definitely wears off. So the second con is deformed locks. So the only way that your locks can get deformed are when you first get instant locks and you wear hairstyles, you have to avoid certain hairstyles. Because I have two hair ties on, but they aren't tight whatsoever. So I recommend, if you do wear hair ties, don't wear them tight, because if you do, and you take it off, your locks will be like deformed, and if you try to just put it down, it won't go back into place. So you would have to like wash your hair, and then the water weight will bring it back to normal. So I recommend avoiding tight hairstyles. Your hair can get dents in it and clumps and stuff, just because your locks are soft still, because they haven't went through the budding process in order for them to lock and harden yet. Con number 3 is the pricing. So this is very important because instant locks are very pricey. My loctician starts off at $300 if I'm not mistaken. But this is because in order for a professional to give you instant locks, they have to stand there or sit there, and basically they have to grab one piece of hair, grab the crochet hook, and stab and crochet the hair together from the root to the tip until the hair tangles together. Just imagine how much time they spend on one lock. And I don't know if it takes 3 minutes to form a lock. I don't know if it takes 5 minutes to form a lock. It takes some time to form that lock, and then they move on to the next lock. If it takes a certain amount of time for your loctician to do these instant locks, you have to understand time is money. So they're gonna charge you for that time. They're gonna charge you for the time. They're gonna charge you for how long your hair is, because the longer your hair is, the longer it takes. They're gonna charge you for how much hair you have, because depending on how much hair you have, the longer it'll take, like how thick your hair is. And the more locks that you want, you're gonna get charged for that also. So the first time I got instant locks was around $500 and something. Second time I got instant locks was around $600 and something. So I would say the first time, my first set of instant locks that I got, those cost around the price of a wig. My second set of instant locks, these, of course, I wanted way more, because I started off with 58 locks. Now I have over 100 locks. If you want to see how many locks I have now, check out my video, the previous video. And my hair is super thick, and my hair was long and down my back. So you gotta understand, it was a little pricey for me, but it was worth it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you like to wear wigs, answer this question. If we can sit here and buy one wig for $300, $400, $500, right? And then turn around 3 months, 6 months later and buy another wig, that's $600, $800, $1,000 right there, gone in 1 year. So imagine how many wigs you buy in a year versus spending a one-time fee of a couple $100s to get your locks done permanently. And you don't ever have to pay that price ever again, unless you want them combed out or, you know, something like that. Because me, I paid the fee twice, which was no problem for me, and it was so worth it, because with locks, you really want to get exactly what you want, especially before your hair locks. So I encourage anybody, if your hair, whether you start off with coils, 2-strand twist, interlocking, freeform, instant locks, whatever the case may be, however you start your locks, you want to make sure that they turn out, or they are turning out exactly how you want them to look. Because if not, then once your hair locks, it's going to be even harder to comb them out. It doesn't matter how you start your locks. You want to get them as close to perfect as you can. And my locks are literally perfect because my loctician and her products are that good. So to answer the question, yes, instant locks are so worth it. Con number 4, maturity in your locks. All right, so I have heard and seen that the maturing time for your locks, or the amount of time that it takes for your locks to actually lock, is longer because you have instant locks versus starting off with coils or something like that. But my little brother, he has 2-strand twists, and he's had his locks for 2 years, and you can still see the 2-strand twists, probably because they were so thick. No matter how you start off your hair, it takes time for your hair to lock. Con number 5 is the amount of time it takes to get them done. So for my first set of instant locks, I had 58 locks, and it took me 9 hours to get those done. For my second set of instant locks, I have over 100 locks, and it took me 11 hours to get that done. Now, this will be a problem for some people to sit in a chair for this amount of time, but it wasn't a problem for me because we had snacks, we had Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, just about everything you could think of. We took bathroom breaks, lunch breaks, and all we do is talk. So time goes by fast with me when I'm getting my hair done. It wasn't ever a problem or an issue for me to sit in the chair for that amount of time. For some people it may be, but for me it wasn't a problem. But I do recommend that if you do get instant locks, try not to have anything to do the next day, because sometimes you never know, your appointment time can go into the next day, or that's what happened for me. Con number 6, last and final con, is hair damage. So I've heard that if instant locks are done the wrong way, it can damage your hair. Or if you try to do instant locks yourself, it can damage your hair. It's best to seek professional help when doing instant locks, because you don't want to cause any damage. So instant locks, they aren't really safe to do them yourself, but you can practice on like a mannequin head. All right guys, so now it's time to get into all the pros. Pro number 1 is no unraveling. So with instant locks, you do not have to worry about your locks unraveling. But with 2-strand twists and coils, I'm pretty sure you do have to worry about your hair getting unraveled, especially when you wet it. But with instant locks, you can instantly go to the pool, the beach, the hot tub, take a shower, wash your hair without the worry that they will unravel. Because the hair is tangled and won't unravel, so you can instantly go swimming and do all those water sports. All right, pro number 2 is Loc Styles. You can instantly wear any loc style that you want when you get instant locks. if your hair is long enough. If your hair is short, then you can only do a certain amount of hairstyles, of course. But if your hair is long enough, then you can get those braid backs y'all see, the braid backs, the petal locks, petal buns, ponytails, whatever it is, all your basic typical lock styles that you can think of, braided styles and all that, you can pretty much get that with instant locks without having to wait. Versus if you had coils or two-strand twists, you would have to wait until your hair matures in order for you to wear lock styles. But with instant locks, you can instantly put your hair into a style and no one will be able to tell that you have instant locks, and no one will be able to tell that your hair isn't locked, especially when it's in a style. I can pretty much do anything with my hair that someone with mature locks could do because I have instant locks. Pro number 3, instant locks are very versatile, whereas all locks are very versatile, but you just have to make sure you get as many locks as you want. I recommend over 100 locks if you're trying to do a lot of unique lock styles. Me, I don't want to get bored with my locks because I plan on keeping my locks for the rest of my life. We'll see. By me having so many locks that I do have, I can do all unique styles without having to worry about if I can do this style or if I can't do this style. Versus when I had my first set of instant locks, which was 58 locks, I was told by my loctician that I couldn't do certain styles, which is what made me comb out my locks and get more locks. Pro number 4 is nobody can tell you have instant locks. Not many people like instant locks because they say that that is cheating when it pretty much is, which it doesn't really matter. But for the people who don't like instant locks, or they say instant locks is cheating and you don't get to experience the full lock journey, yes you do. Yes you do. Once I got instant locks, that wasn't it. I still have to wait till my locks bud. I still have to go through frizzing. I still have to go through shrinkage. I still have to go through locks being flat, locks being deformed, locks, you know, I still have to go through that process. Everybody's lock journey is different, especially whatever starter locks you choose. But some people don't know about instant locks. Therefore, most people can't tell I have instant locks or you have instant locks or she has instant locks. Whoever has instant locks, the longer you are into your lock journey and your hair is starting to lock, they won't be able to tell that you started off with instant locks. So it really doesn't matter whether you get instant locks or not. It's totally up to you. And I'm not saying get instant locks. I'm saying do your research and get what works best for you. Make sure you research all your pros and all your cons on everything and just figure out what works best for you. Pro number 5 is they're neater. So instant locks are neater, they are tighter and more consistent with the way that they look. And this is exactly why I chose to get instant locks, because I wanted that neater look, the more uniform look. I kind of wanted my locks to look like lock extensions because lock extensions are so neat already. But yeah, what I mean by neater is like you're more in control with instant locks. Well, your loctician is more in control with instant locks to get them around this exact size you want, the amount. With instant locks, it's just more in control of the exact look that you want, because I have the exact look that I was going for as far as my grid or my parting, as far as the size of my locks, like the thickness of my locks and the amount that I have, everything was just more in control. Pro number 6 is instant locks works for all hair types. People dislike instant locks because it's more of a Caucasian method, which is no problem with me because this is what I chose to do, because I got exactly what I wanted and I did instant locks to instantly have locks. I think it works for other hair types, whether you are Caucasian, Mexican, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there are videos out there which I can go and do more research. But you guys can also let me know in the comments if you are of any other race and you have gotten instant locks. They say the method works for just about any hair type. So I think that's a good thing, because if you want locks, you can instantly get locks. Life is too short to wait for your hair to lock. Get instant locks. Pro number 7 is less painful. Okay, so I'm tender-headed, so it was a little painful for me still, but I think they mean it's less painful because your loctician is not twisting or pulling on your hair. I mean, besides you getting your retwist, that's the only pull you get. But other than that, all she does is has a piece of loose natural hair and she just crochets it until it locks, and you can't really feel that. So it's less irritating and less painful on your scalp. Pro number 8 is extensions. Okay, so you can attach extensions on your Instant Locs without using any strings or anything to hold it, because the way that they make lock extensions is the way that they make Instant Locs. So for example, if I got tired of waiting for my real hair to grow, then I could go to my loctician tomorrow and tell her to put some lock extensions on, and all she would have to do is grab a lock that she created, hook it to the end of my lock, and stab it until it tangles into my lock, and I would have that length. It's super easy to add extensions to Instant Locs. They'll be growing out of your hair, but you'll also have this extra length and nobody will know. Unless your hair was this short and you get some that are this long, obviously they'll tell that it's not your hair. But if you get some that is not a big difference, then nobody will be able to tell that you have lock extensions added to your Instant Locs. Pro number 9 is no products necessary. Okay, so it's not necessary for you to use products to keep up Instant Locs. The only products that my loctician uses is a product to retwist my root and of course products to wash my hair. But other than that, my hair is locking, my hair is growing. It's nothing that I need to do, but I do recommend doing something. Of course, oiling your scalp, of course, and moisturizing with rose water. Pro number 10 is you can wear a weave over your Instant Locs. I mean, you can wear weave over locks, period. That's why locks are versatile, because if y'all haven't seen what Chloe Bailey did, she put faux locks, colored faux locks over her real locks. So you can do faux locks over locks. You can do passion twist over locks. You can do regular twist over locks. You can do box braids over locks. You can do wigs over locks. At least these are just pictures that I've seen floating around social media of people actually getting them done. You have to be very careful because it can cause damage. So you just have to be careful. Pro number 11 is they can be removed easily. Instant Locs can be removed easily. If you get Instant Locs and you're like, oh no, this ain't it, you can easily get them combed out due to the way that they were started, but you want to catch them early. You need to really pay attention to your hair. If you like your hair, if you can do as many styles as you want with your hair, if you like the size of your locks, the thickness, the fullness, you really need to make sure you love your locks. But if not, I recommend getting them combed out. Don't settle. I do not recommend settling when it comes to locks, because they are permanent and it's something that people choose to have for the rest of their lives. And you don't want to get locks and later on down the line you're like, oh, I never liked them. Like, no, get them combed out and get them exactly how you want them, or don't get locks at all. That's how I see it. So, cause me, if I didn't like my hair, I'm gonna get it combed out as many times as I had to. So I only got my hair combed out once. So this is my second set of Instant Locs, and I love these. These are exactly what I wanted. Y'all, I've said a mouthful, but I hope that this has helped some of you guys see the good things about Instant Locs and the not so good things about Instant Locs, and I hope it helps you make your decision on whether you want Instant Locs, whether you want freeform, coils, two-strand twists, interlocking, or whatever the case may be. It's totally up to you. I recommend doing your research, and whatever you get, remember, it's your choice, your lock journey, and nobody has to say so about your hair. Alright, you guys, so that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so you never miss another video. Also follow me on all social media platforms. They are linked right here and down in the description box below. And with that being said, if there are any pros or cons that I left out of Instant Locs, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.